What's up, everybody? This is Murdic 3K, and today we are taking a look at a Wish.com product. This is the Ambidextrous Charging Handle, and I got it to add to my 300 Blackout AR-15. And if you look at this thing, it resembles a Raiden charging handle, or one of the Raiden charging handles, at a fraction of the cost. Now, let's talk about the experience so far that I've had with this. And to be honest, as of right now, it's been very little. But when you open the little baggie that it comes in, and it does ship in a little bubble wrap envelope, and inside that bubble wrap envelope is a Ziploc bag that you'll remove this from. It is dry as a bone. It has not been oiled. The inner mechanisms it appeared not to have any lubrication on them whatsoever. They would trigger, but it took some finagling to get this side to unlatch initially. So what I did, I went into the garage, dropped a few drops of gun oil into the crevices and cracks, let that seep through and do its work, wiped off the extra dripping oil, cleaned it up, and now, without a problem, both sides trigger wonderfully. They have crisp, clean action. The latching mechanism opens easily from both sides, so no problems there. So just know, when you first get this, it's going to be dry, and you need to put a little lubrication on your moving parts in here. And from there, I have had no problems. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go put this in the AR. We're going to go out to the field, and we're going to put it through its paces and see how it holds up. Back from the firing range, the Natchez State Park firing range. And guys, I had a blast. It's a beautiful range. You're out there at one of our great state parks. If you're ever in West Tennessee and you're a firearm enthusiast, you owe it to yourself to swing by Natchez State Park firing range. Free of charge, even though they do accept donations. You can give online by scanning the QR code at the top of the range. You just fill out a permit card. You drop the permit card in the box. You keep the lower part of the permit card for yourself while you're down there in case one of the rangers comes and asks you if you've registered. And there you go. You just have a blast. It was a rainy day, as you could see. I was there by myself for 4 hours before the first person showed up. And when the people showed up, they were cool people as well. You know how it is with our Second A community, always a friendly face. So with that being said, you're here for the charging handle, right? You want to know, well, how did the Wish charging handle do? Spoiler alert, not good in the end. Now, while I was out there firing with it, I couldn't tell you anything was going on wrong. Everything was happening like it was supposed to. But when I got home and started cleaning the weapon, that's when the horror story started. So as you can see from this distance, this charging handle with the abrasions and everything has only been through 3 magazines, 90 rounds. And so the latching mechanism held up wonderfully, but the abrasions, that was the first thing I noticed. So when I started to remove it, it got stuck. It would not come out of the upper without me doing a little finagling. Now, when I got to inspect this thing a little bit more closely, and I'm going to bring it up. Let's see here, focus, there we go. What you're going to notice is at the top of the charging handle, some severe deformity where the gas tube and the gas key from the bolt meet. Severe deformity, which eventually could possibly mess up your gas key. The gas tube is one thing, it's a pain as it is, but to mess up your gas key, that's a whole nother situation, and you look to possibly replacing your bolt. You see that the charging handle here started to actually tear. So it's starting to tear away from the rest of the metal. Not good at all. So I get it out, and then I notice the abrasions, and I'll let you take a look at it. The finish is literally coming off after only 90 rounds of use. And I used 2 charging handles. I bought 2 of these from Wish. The other one, the abrasions were very similar. I didn't have the tearing, but the abrasions where the finish was rubbed off. And again, the guns were indeed oiled. The same type of abrasion as far as the finishing being rubbed off. And that was only after 30 rounds in the other firearm. So that's what we're looking at there, guys, at the end of the day. So the long story short, let me get back into focus. Long story short, no, stay away from the Wish charging handle based on my experience. Now, and I've seen it since then, I've looked through YouTube and I saw some other people having even worse experiences with it. I can say that mine didn't fold up like a pipe cleaner, at least, like I saw in one video. But this one had some severe deformity at the end of it, and the finish rubbed off way too easy, and the tearing. So when I went to clean the firearms, and this is both of the firearms, I noticed there were sand grain size bits of metal that were coming out. Now, this is beyond the regular finish, and carbon, I'm sorry, the regular carbon that comes out when you're cleaning a firearm. This, I believe, came from the charging handle. I've taken these firearms out previously and fired them, just not with these charging handles. And the thing that's dangerous about sand-sized bits of metal is they can get into the mechanisms and the lockings and your triggers and just all your moving parts of your firearm, and it can accelerate wear and tear tremendously on your firearm. So that's not a good thing at all. And it would be absolutely ridiculous to let such a small part of your firearm tear up your investment. So no, don't use these things, guys. I'm going to try, the next thing I'm going to do, what I'm doing now is I'm about to order some Strike Industries ambidextrous charging handles, because I don't think you should have to pay over $50 for a decent ambidextrous charging handle. Strike Industries has some that are, I think, around the $25 to $35 range, and I'm going to give them a shot, and I'm going to see what those are all about. But these guys, just stay away from them. It's no sense in tearing up your gun over it. I just wanted to bring this to you. We're making bad choices here, guys, so you don't have to. I hope this has been helpful to you, especially if you were on the fence about trying a Wish charging handle. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Keep on watching, like and subscribe, and live the dream.